The Indiana Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 123-115 in Game 2 to take a 2-0 series lead over the Milwaukee Bucks, who they're clearly just better than. Like, the Bucks just simply aren't as good as the Indiana Pacers are. I never felt like the Bucks had much of a chance to win. Every time throughout the game where the Bucks would go on some sort of like short little run to cut the lead down to like 8 or 11 or 12, wasn't really worried because I just knew that the Indiana Pacers were going to find a way to generate a good shot, and they did, and they usually made that shot because NBA players tend to make easy shots, and the Pacers had plenty of them tonight. I mean, even in the fourth quarter with a little less than 3 minutes left, when the Bucks go on that 13-0 run to cut the lead all the way down to 2, wasn't really worried because even during that run, it didn't feel like the Bucks were getting stops as much as it did the Indiana Pacers were just missing wide open looks, outside of the Giannis stop on Nembhard, where Nembhard dribbled himself into some trouble relatively late in the shot clock and had to throw up a tough shot. I was like, yeah, like I feel like the Pacers are getting the shots that they want. They're just not really going down right now. And sure enough, the Bucks cut the lead down to 2. Pacers come down the floor. Pascal Siakam wide open for 3. Like Kyle Kuzma just completely fell asleep, or something that wasn't supposed to happen defensively for the Bucks happened. And Siakam had a wide open look from 3, nothing but net. They go up by 5. Pacers come back, or Bucks go back down. They get, they stop Giannis right at the rim. They get the rebound. Andrew Nembhard's wide open. Why he didn't shoot it, I don't really know. Ball ends up, bouncing around. They grab an offensive rebound after taking a worse shot than what Nembhard had originally. And then Nembhard creates space from Giannis and hits a 3 over him. Not an easy shot, but not really a tough shot either. And then just like that, the Pacers were right back up by 8 points. And all that work that Milwaukee did just was a moot point. The Pacers are simply a better basketball team. And in the NBA playoffs, it is very common to have a prediction based off of who the best player in a series is. It is, right? It's like, like for the longest time, the Cavaliers would play somebody like, the Cavs have LeBron, so it doesn't really matter who's on the other team because they have the best player. I'm sure that you picked the Mavericks to win some series last year because they had Luka and the other team didn't. It's a really common thing, and I'm sure that there's some people watching the video who picked the Bucks to win the series because they have Giannis, and he's clearly the best player in the series. He was awesome again tonight, 34 points on 14 of 20 shooting. 18 rebounds and 7 assists. I mean, the dude was awesome. And the reason why teams that have the best player in a series often have a great chance to win isn't just because that player is great. What do great players do? Like why are they great? When you think about Giannis, you probably think about him getting to the rim and the passing, how that's improved, which is true. But at its core, great players generate great shots. That's all there is to it. Giannis gets great shots at the rim whenever he wants. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets great shots, at the elbow whenever he wants. LeBron James, not as much now because he's older, but back in the day, he could get to the rim and get a good look whenever he wanted. Luka Doncic can create space and get a good shot for himself or for his teammates whenever he wants to. That's the reality of it. And that's why teams with the best player in a series oftentimes have a great chance to win. It's just because they're going to get easy shots because of that great player. When you've watched these first 2 games, who's getting easier shots? It's pretty clearly the Indiana Pacers. I mean, they are wide, stinking open all the time. All the time. And look, NBA players they don't miss easy shots. And when you're wide open, that's an easy shot for an NBA player to a point where like you can throw out whatever their percentage is. If there's not a guy within 10 feet, they're probably going to make that shot. And that has been the difference in these first 2 games. Pacers are getting easier shots than the Milwaukee Bucks because the Milwaukee Bucks defense isn't very good. And the Pacers at least have some guys who make things tough on you. Like Aaron Nesmith is a pest. TJ McConnell's a pest. Andrew Nembhard's a really good perimeter defender. Asking Damian Lillard to come back and play heavy minutes against that guy in his first game back is like, that's not fun. It's just not. And it makes sense that the Pacers won this game. They won game 1 by 19 when Tyrese Haliburton didn't play very well. He moved the ball well. He passed the ball well. He played really well, but he didn't shoot the ball very well. He was much better tonight. 21 points, 12 assists. He was still only 3 of 10 from 3, but he had a much more normal kind of night, and he created a ton of good looks for himself and for his teammates. Giannis, as I mentioned earlier, great game. He was better in game 2 than he was in game 1. 34 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists. He can't play better than that. And the Bucks were -9 when he was on the floor. The Bucks are not winning this series if they're going to lose the Giannis minutes. It's just not going to happen. And, I mean, his game was really just insane because when Giannis puts up that stat line and Bobby Portis goes for 28 and 12 off the bench, like you just kind of assume that the Milwaukee Bucks won this game, but the defense, you can't give up 99 points in 3 quarters. The Bucks offense was much better in this game because role players actually made shots. But it didn't matter because their defense was worse. They gave up 99 points in 3 quarters. They gave up 123 points in the game. If you're giving up 120 points in playoff games, you're not going to win. It's really that simple. Even if Bobby Portis goes for 28 and 12. By the way, you're not getting that from him again. Brook Lopez, he didn't play like at all in the second half because the Pacers just picked on him defensively. But he had like a nice stretch there in the second quarter where he gave them an offensive boost. Kyle Kuzma did more than cardio in this game. Like third quarter came out. I think he scored 8 points in that third quarter. Gave the Bucks a nice boost. Kevin Porter Jr. was a solid player in this game off the bench. 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Like they got good production from their role players, and they got a great game from Giannis. And I know that Damian Lillard wasn't great, but he was better than Ryan Rollins was in game 1, who, by the way, didn't even see the floor tonight. So I don't know how the Bucks are going to win this series. I don't know how they're going to win a game. Seriously. Like, Giannis can't play better than that. Bobby Portis cannot play better than that. Are you really sitting there telling me that you need Damian Lillard and for Giannis to both go crazy to have a chance to win one game? Like, geez, how far the Bucks have fallen. And yeah, it's just like, and the issue is defense. It is. And, you look at the Pacers team. As I said it earlier, TJ McConnell's a pest. Aaron Nesmith's a pest. Andrew Nembhard's a really good defender. Like, the Bucks don't even have any pests. Like, at least last year they had Patrick Beverley, who you could put on Tyrese Haliburton and get up underneath him and really bother him. Like, they don't even have that kind of an option. Like, their best perimeter defender is Taurean Prince. He doesn't bother Haliburton at all. He doesn't. And it's really hard to win a playoff series when you don't have anyone to at least bother the opposing team's best player. The Pacers won this game. They led from wire to wire. There was never even a moment where I was concerned about them winning because they just got so many great shots. And part of that is their offense. The other part of that is just this Bucks defense being terrible. And if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I think we saw a slight blueprint maybe for how they could win this game. Go all offense and hope the Pacers miss. If I was the Bucks, you're not getting stops. I wouldn't play Taurean Prince another minute. Throw Pat Connaughton out there. See if he can get hot and hit 5 threes in a game. We're going all offense all the time if I'm Milwaukee, and I'm hoping that I can have a night where I score 140 and the Pacers score 127, and we win by 13 just because the Pacers missed the open looks, and we didn't. I really think that's the only way that the Bucks are pulling games off the Pacers in this series. If this series ended in a sweep, I don't think I'd be surprised. We've had 2 great Giannis games. He can't play any better than what he did, and it didn't matter. Couldn't even win minutes he was on the floor. So, Pacers, simply a better basketball team than the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going to win this series. I'll be very surprised if they do not. Thanks for checking out the video. I just realized I had the wrong ticker scrolling. I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I've been cranking these out all throughout the playoffs. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to have one up on the Thunder and the Wolves here pretty shortly. So make sure you're subscribed and you check that video out as well. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to watch the video, and I'll talk to you right after Timberwolves, or right after this. Timberwolves, Thunder, Game 2 reaction. It's going to be short, but I'm going to do it anyway, because why not? Because this is fun. That's why. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you again for watching. I'll talk to you soon.